All right, Fab4 Futures fam, let's get started tonight looking at our Fab4, and then we'll look at some currencies, the euro and the dollar. Let's get started with Nasdaq. I'm going to just blow this up a little bit so we can see. This purple line, the purple moving average, is the 200 period moving average, the simple here, and we hit it to the penny. So this is on the weekly for Nasdaq. So this is back in March, and you're wondering, why is she bringing up March? We're approaching all-time high. I just want you to remember this 200 MA and what role it played in the weekly on Nasdaq. I use the 12 and 26 EMAs, and the yellow and the blue, it's 50 and 100 simple moving average, and then of course the 200 period moving average. So I just want you to see how the 200 stepped in on the weekly. We are approaching all-time highs. We had 2728 today, and our all-time high resistance is 9763. So 9728 we hit, and our all-time high resistance 9763. Shorter term time frames, we have support at 964075 and then down at 950475. So for the non-TCG members, when we have bear break fakeouts is what we call them, where we break a low and then resume upwards, we zoom out and then look for a bull flag on a higher time frame. And in fact, we had a bull flag. Well, we barely had consolidation, but we had a bull flag on the 4 hours. So again, hourly or any time frame for that matter, when you have a bear break fake out, so you break bearish, you break the high, this low, and you get no follow through, and then you resume upwards, zoom out and look for a bull flag on potential higher time frames. So we got our resistance, our support. Now let's look at ES. ES had an amazing day. We were carried definitely by RTY, and then Dow, which BA had a great day, then ES, and then Nasdaq is a laggard, which is interesting. Nasdaq is closest to its all-time high than the other players. So looking here on ES, as you can see, we hit this resistance here of 3137. So that 3137 resistance is from March 3rd. So that's a key for me, okay? So there's a key hitting that resistance, all right? So just something to be aware of. Key as in potentially looking bearish in the short term, because consolidation would be healthy in any way, shape, or form. If we would have to really lose 290375 in order to stop this daily uptrend. So any consolidation would be viewed as healthy initially. So on the hourly, we have that key resistance to remember at 3137, then 3129.50 of course is our first resistance, and then we have support at 310875, 310825, and then 3100 psychological. YM. Okay, so I showed you over on Nasdaq how the 200 saved the Nasdaq. Well, now we're coming into the 50 MA and the 100 MA as resistance on YM. Something to just note, this could be key resistance. So we have resistance here on ES with that 3137 price level resistance, and on YM we have 50 period moving average resistance. So on the daily, we have this resistance over here of 27075, and we're coming up on the 200 period moving average on the daily. Again, another note of resistance. So that's three, right? So we have the price level on ES, which is resistance 3137, the price level on YM 27075, and the 200 period moving average. That's three key levels of resistance that are lining up. Okay, let's go look at our fourth. RTY, this is the daily. We are approaching the 200 period moving average, which is 1480.30. Then we have this resistance over here at 1548. So that's five key levels of resistance. So on ES, it was price. On YM, we had price and the 50 period moving average. On RTY, we have price and the 200 period moving average. So all things to note. Bears may be looking to position at all of these key levels because they're coming into a confluence. On shorter term time frames, you have support, got an hourly bull flag forming, but you have support at 1424.50, 1424.40, then 1408.60. And while we're on RTY, let's zoom out a little bit and let's look at something that I think is key with RTY. So RTY did not make a higher high in February like the other names did. So let's look at Nasdaq. Okay, so we look at Nasdaq on the weekly. It was making higher highs in February. RTY, it was not. We made a lower high, and that was the canary. So if we're drawing birds, which I am not going to be drawing a bird for y'all, that was the canary, this lower high, and then boom, pulled down. I am looking at RTY to again signal any incoming consolidation, albeit healthy consolidation, but I will be watching for loss of a 4-hour trend or an hourly trend as a clue that we are in for larger consolidation. Right now, the bulls have it. Finally, 6E, the euro. This is the weekly chart, and this is our 50-period moving average right here. We are running into it as resistance. We rejected before back in March. We rejected back last January. So this may be an opportunity to potentially short the euro. And why would we be doing that? Because dollar is getting oversold. On the daily, we are at 31 RSI and we are approaching support. We have support at 94.65 to be aware of, but I will be watching dollar for shorter term time frames. At a minimum, we want a 15-minute trend change back to the upside in order to get slightly bullish the dollar, and that would mean bearish other currencies such as 6E. I hope that helped you tonight, and I will see y'all tomorrow.